What's the dumbest thing your culture does? Not necessarily my culture, but my step-family is all Cuban. They refuse to arrive on time. You have to lie to them and say the event you are planning starts 2 hours early than it actually does. 2 specific cases. 1. My stepbrother's wedding was posted to start at 2 p.m., but actually started at 4 p.m. 2. We had dinner reservations for 6:30 at a restaurant. My brother and I showed up at 6. We wait some more, nobody else in the family has shown up. We call my stepmother who made the reservation in the first place, and by this time we are both starving. Turns out they have yet to get dressed and leave the house. That was the breaking point, and told them I would have to make alternate arrangements and that we had waited for 90 minutes and refused to wait a second more if they weren't even ready to leave the house. There is this thing in Iranian culture which is called taraf. The definition goes something like this. Taraf is the act of offering something in a manner sufficient to demonstrate sincerity, but is simply a facade to appear more genuine than one actually is. It can be shown by conduct, an offer, or by any means in which there appears to be an intent to tender to another. You see it pretty much everywhere, and it's just annoying to deal with. Weddings cost an arm and a leg just to impress people you barely know. I haven't taken a vacation in 3 years. We have show kitchens, marble benches, the best appliances money can buy, hardwood cabinets, etc., but actually cook in the little butler's pantry that is off the main kitchen. Argue over the origin of pavlova. In my country, there's a group of native people where women gain ranks in the community based on how many children they bring to the world, so they live in poverty but have like 7 or 8 babies. Then they try to sell the kids because their land is also very close to another country border. They also tend to be heavy drinkers, is a shit show tbh. Ethnically Chinese. We burnt billions, in hell dollars, of underworld banknotes to our deceased relatives. Now I'm no necroeconomist, but I can imagine King Yama having major headaches over inflation in the underworld. Taking photos of the deceased at funerals, including posing with them. Edit. Some people even decide social media is a good place for these photos. So weird. Edit #2. It's one thing to take photos and keep private for memories, which is still weird to me. I prefer to remember what they looked like while living, not in their casket, blood drawn out, discolored, barely looking like themselves, but each to their own. And then another thing to post to social media. Gives me heebie-jeebies when my family does this. I will not allow this when my parents pass away. In fact, makes me angry thinking of someone putting a pic of my dead dad on social media. Just know, kill your kids in the name of honor. Can be for things as ridiculous as finding out your daughter texted someone, or has a TikTok account. Edit. And avoid any meaningful punishment from the law. Caste system. Rub a chicken egg on people to cure them. Try to force every young person to respect every old person, even if they're literal criminals. Memorialize and celebrate past dictators and literal mass murderers. Obsess over any Western celebrity with even a hint of local blood. Also obsess over and worship, usually white or East Asian, foreigners who are barely or semi-fluent in our language. Being sore losers when we lose the rugby, or at any other sport. Easter traditions that include beating women and or pouring ice-cold water over each other. Easter is still very cold here. Yeah, and glorification of Russia. Our alcohol culture is insane and often toxic. Leaving the last of every bit of food at a party or gathering event. Someone has got to eat that. Cheat in relationships and brag about it, especially the whole side piece BS, meaning any gender here.